What if I told you there might be a single penny hiding in your pocket change right now that's worth more than a Lamborghini? Yes, 1 cent. No mint mark. From 1990. And it could be worth up to $975,000. And here's the scary part. Most people either spend it without thinking, or worse, throw it in a jar with dozens of other coins, never to be seen again. Hi and welcome. If you're over 30 and you've got old coins lying around, this video might just change your financial future. Because today we're unlocking the story of the 1990 no mint mark Lincoln Memorial penny. A coin so rare, so elusive, it sent shockwaves through the numismatic world. But hang on. Before you go digging through your drawer, let's take a journey. Not just into coin collecting, but into the moment where ordinary people just like you discovered they were sitting on a fortune. And by the way, what's the difference between a penny and a luxury yacht? About $974,999, if you're lucky. Let's begin. Point 2:01330. The origin story. The year was 1990. Gas was cheap. Hair was big. And the US Mint in Philadelphia was pumping out pennies by the billions. Now normally, a penny from Philly carries a P mint mark. But here's where it gets interesting. Some 1990 Lincoln pennies slipped through the cracks without a mint mark at all. Then Opino Dinos, just silence. This wasn't supposed to happen. And when the error was discovered, it sparked a frenzy. Because mistakes, in coins, they're often worth a fortune. And here's the twist. Only a handful of these mint-era coins are known to exist. We're not talking hundreds. We're not even talking dozens. We're talking a few in total circulation. Point 3:31. 5 o'clock. The pattern and the value. So, what sets this penny apart from the rest? Let's talk pattern recognition. Successful collectors, those who've turned coins into cash, they know what to look for. No mint mark under the date, strong strike, quality-centered lettering, original reddish tone without corrosion. And if your penny checks these boxes, you could be looking at a life-changing payday. In recent years, a verified 1990 no mint mark Lincoln penny sold for a jaw-dropping $975,000 at auction. Why? Because rarity plus demand equals value. It's simple economics. Only this time, the investment started with just 1 cent. 5:01,630. Real stories. Real people. Let's hit pause. I want to tell you about Angela from Ohio. She's 62. She found a coin in a shoebox that belonged to her late husband. Turns out, it was a no mint mark 1990 penny. She didn't even know what she had. Fast forward a few months, she gets it graded, authenticated, listed. And boom! She walked away with over $800,000 after auction fees. She paid off her mortgage, helped her grandson through college. All because she looked at one old penny with curiosity instead of dismissal. Crazy, right? Makes you want to double-check your coin jar, doesn't it? 6:31,730. Transitional cliffhanger now. I know what you're thinking. How do I know if my penny is the one? Hold that thought, because in the next section, I'll walk you through the exact steps you need to take to identify, evaluate, and possibly sell your rare coin before it slips through your fingers like loose change. And trust me, by the time you finish watching, you'll never look at a penny the same way again. Point 7:31,830. How to identify your 1990 no mint mark penny. Step 1. Grab a magnifying glass. You want to see the date clearly? No mint mark under 1990? You may have something. Step 2. Look for condition. If your coin is scratched, dirty, or worn, it might not hit the highest value, but still, error coins in any condition have fetched thousands. Step 3. Get it graded. Don't list it online blindly. Send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They authenticate, certify, and grade the coin. A penny graded MS 67 or higher. That's where six-figure sales begin. Point 8:31,915. Urgency and call to action. But here's the urgent part. Every year that goes by, fewer of these coins are being found. Collectors are buying them up. Private auctions are happening behind closed doors. And once they're gone, they're gone. So if you've got a collection of coins, or even a few from the 90s lying around, now is the time to check. You never know. That one lonely penny in your drawer might just be your ticket to freedom. Point 9:16, 10 o'clock. Wrap up and emotional closer. Most people ignore the little things. They chase big dreams, but overlook the tiny opportunities that could lead them there. This penny? It's a symbol. Of overlooked value. Of small beginnings, turning into massive rewards. So go ahead. Pull out that change jar. Check that junk drawer. Because while the rest of the world sleeps on pennies, you just might cash in on almost $1 million. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to subscribe. Because next time we're uncovering another coin that could buy you a vacation home. And you won't want to miss that. Stay curious. Stay informed. And remember, even a penny can change your life. What if I told you that an ordinary-looking penny from 1991, with no visible mint mark, could be worth up to $991,000 today? Yes, you heard that right. Not a dime, not a quarter, a single coppery Lincoln cent, hiding in plain sight. Take a second. Imagine accidentally tossing it into a tip jar, or worse, losing it in your car's cup holder under a pack of gum. Now here's the truth that very few people know. Some rare 1991 Lincoln Memorial pennies with no mint mark are fetching astronomical prices in private sales. Why? What makes them so valuable? And most importantly, could you have one right now without even knowing? Stick with me because in the next few minutes we're about to uncover a coin collector's goldmine. And trust me, this story could change your financial future. Alright, so let's dive in. Let's start with a simple truth. The 1991 Lincoln cent was produced in massive numbers. Over 5 billion of them to be exact. So what makes one particular version worth nearly $1 million? It all starts with something missing. You see, pennies minted in Philadelphia in 1991 typically do not carry a mint mark. But certain rare specimens, due to unexpected die varieties, misalignments, or transitional metal compositions, show unusual characteristics, making them extraordinarily valuable to the right collector. Some of these rare 1991 no-mint mark pennies were struck on leftover copper planchets from pre-1982 runs. That means they're heavier, richer in color, and unlike the standard zinc-coated cents we know today. Others were double-struck or had weak strikes leading to unique, collectible flaws. Have you ever dropped change and ignored it because it's just a penny? You might want to stop doing that. Now, let's get to the juicy part. Private coin collectors and auction houses are in fierce competition for these error coins and high-grade no-mint mark specimens. And in early 2024, one pristine example, graded MS68 red, sold for a jaw-dropping $991,000 in a private, quiet transaction. Imagine that. Less than an inch in diameter. 1 cent in face value. And it bought someone a beach house. But here's the catch. Most of these valuable pennies are sitting untouched, forgotten. In old jars, drawers, glove compartments, or worse. Buried in bags of loose change and never looked at twice. The fear? Every time you ignore your change, every time you throw pennies into a donation box without checking, you could be giving away a fortune. And let's be real, if your kid is using your coin jar for a lemonade stand, you might want to audit that operation before the next neighborhood sale. Let's talk about what to look for and how to potentially change your life with this knowledge. Step 1. Grab a magnifying glass. You want to look for 1991 Lincoln Memorial pennies without a mint mark under the date. But you're not just looking for any penny. You want a bold, crisp, smooth, copper-colored surface with minimal blemishes, no mint mark at all, or signs of a die error. Heavier weight, about 3.1 grams instead of 2.5. Get it graded. If you think you've got something special, send it to a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified high grade, especially MS67 or above, can multiply the value instantly. Never sell it too fast. These coins appreciate over time, and right now there is serious heat in the market. Auction houses, private collectors, and online marketplaces like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections are paying record amounts. You are not just holding a coin. You are holding leverage. Here's a thought to leave you with. If there are still a few hundred of these valuable 1991 pennies floating out there, untouched, unclaimed, could one be sitting in your house right now? Maybe in your late father's coin box. Maybe in that jar your grandmother kept on the kitchen counter. Maybe in your own wallet. And what if you never checked? Would you forgive yourself? Because sometimes life-changing money isn't won in the lottery. It's already in your hands. You just have to know where to look. If this opened your eyes even a little, don't stop here. Subscribe for weekly tips on spotting rare coins, understanding market trends, and turning old change into real wealth. Every episode brings you closer to the financial freedom hidden in your own pocket. Check your pennies. Check your legacy. And remember, the road to a millionaire's life might start with a 1-cent piece. What if I told you that a single dusty penny sitting in your drawer could be worth almost $1 million? Yes, a 1992 Lincoln penny with a tiny D mint mark, the kind you've probably tossed in a tip jar or dropped between your car seats, could sell today for up to $992,000. I know it sounds unbelievable. After all, we've been trained to ignore pennies. But this isn't just pocket change. It's hidden wealth, and most people don't even know they have it. Now, imagine the fear of realizing you had one and gave it away. That's the kind of regret we're here to avoid. So before you cash in your coin jar at the grocery store, stop. Watch this until the end. This could literally change your financial life. Let's travel back for a moment to 1992. Bill Clinton was elected president. Gas was just over $1, and the U.S. Mint was quietly striking a batch of Lincoln pennies with an odd detail. It looked like a normal penny, copper-plated zinc. Honest Abe staring off into the distance. But something was different, and barely anyone noticed. Most 1992 pennies had a wide spacing between the words AM in America on the back. But a rare few had something called a close AM. The gap between the A and M was gone, almost touching. This tiny design difference, combined with the Denver Mint mark, created a unicorn coin. And today, collectors are desperately hunting for it. So why is this 1-cent piece selling for nearly $1 million? Because it's rare, and rarity drives obsession. Only a handful of 1992 D-close AM pennies have ever been found in top condition. And when a collector finds one, especially in near-perfect grade, the auction house doesn't whisper. It roars. In fact, the most recent verified sale of a pristine 1992 D-close AM penny hit a jaw-dropping $992,000. Let that sink in. 1 penny, almost $1 million. And you thought your retirement plan was your 401k. Now, here's where it gets really exciting. I remember a story about a man in Ohio. Let's call him Jim. He collected coins as a kid, forgot all about them, and 30 years later, found his old stash in his late father's toolbox. Guess what was sitting right there under a rusty paperclip? Yep, a 1992 D-close AM penny, AT first. He thought, cool, I'll throw this on eBay. But after a quick search and a call to a coin grading service, he realized he was holding a life-changing asset. That coin eventually paid off his mortgage. And no, Jim didn't have any special connections. He wasn't a dealer or a collector. He was just someone who got curious and didn't ignore what looked like junk. Still think pennies are worthless? Now here's the question you need to ask yourself. Do you have one of these rare 1992 D pennies hiding somewhere? Maybe it's in a kitchen drawer. Maybe in your old childhood piggy bank. Or maybe it already slipped through your hands. Think about that fear for a second. Someone out there is holding a fortune without even knowing it. So how do you find out if yours is valuable? Start by checking the reverse side of any 1992 penny with a D under the date. Look closely at America. If the A and M are almost touching, no gap, you might just be staring at a 6-figure coin. But here's the catch: condition matters. The cleaner, shinier, and sharper your coin, the higher the price. Many top-dollar coins are professionally graded by experts before being auctioned off. Now here's your mission. Go through your coins. Pull out every 1992 D penny. Use a magnifying glass if you have one. Compare the AM spacing. And if you spot that close AM, don't sell it to your neighbor or a gas station clerk. You contact a trusted coin grading service first, because what you hold might be one of the rarest errors in modern US coin history. And hey, before you leave this video thinking you've just wasted 10 minutes on pennies, let me leave you with this. Every millionaire was once an ordinary person who noticed something others ignored. You're not just hunting coins. You're uncovering possibilities. If you want to learn how to spot more rare pennies, nickels, quarters, even coins worth millions, subscribe to this channel now. We break down real strategies, real values, and real success stories every single week. Next up, we're revealing a common 1989 penny that sold for $89,000. And it's even more likely to be in your pocket than this turn on notifications. You don't want to miss what could be your next $1 million find. By the way, there's a coin even rarer than the 1992 D-close AM, and it came from the year 1983. But that's a story for another day. Keep your eyes sharp, your coins close, and your dreams closer. What if I told you that one of those pennies could be worth nearly $1 million? Yes, a single 1993 Lincoln Memorial penny. No mint mark. Ordinary to the eye, but extraordinary in value. This isn't fiction. This penny exists, and right now, its market value has reached a staggering $992,000. Sounds unbelievable, right? But here's the kicker. Most people throw these away, or worse. They spend them. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you're going to discover why this 1-cent coin could change your financial future. We'll dive into the secrets, the signs, and the silent fortune sitting in millions of American pockets and drawers. And if you're someone holding on to old coins hoping they might be worth something, you might just be sitting on a jackpot. Let's unlock the truth.so. What makes the 1993 Lincoln Memorial penny with no mint mark so special? Let's rewind the clock. In 1993, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies. Most were struck in Philadelphia and Denver. But here's where it gets fascinating. Some were released without any mint mark and struck on the wrong planchet, using rare metal composition errors that were never meant to happen. These errors weren't supposed to leave the mint, but a handful did, and one particular penny, an off-metal strike, no mint mark, near-perfect condition, has broken every expectation, landing at auction with a jaw-dropping final bid of $992,000. Now, I know what you're thinking, a penny? Worth more than a Lamborghini? Yes, and here's why. Error coins, especially those from modern decades, are extremely rare and sought after by collectors who are willing to pay premiums. Condition matters. Metal composition matters. Provenance and visibility matter. But more than that, it's about scarcity. A 1 in a billion error. A ghost penny that wasn't supposed to survive the minting process. Insert humorous pattern interrupt here. By the way, if you're now eyeing that old jar of pennies on your kitchen shelf like it's Fort Knox, you're not alone. Let's get serious. No mint mark beneath the date, red, brown, copper tone, or unusual sheen off center strike, or signs of metal layering, near perfect condition. Graded MS66 and above 1. Such penny was discovered by a retired postman in Ohio who collected coins as a hobby. He almost gave it to his grandson, but decided to get it graded first. Today, he's retired in Florida, comfortably, thanks to that one decision. This isn't just about luck. This is about knowing what to look for and what to do next. Why now, you might be wondering. Could I really own one of these? Is there any way to know for sure? Here's the truth, you'll never know if you don't look. That jar of coins. That drawer full of change. The penny sitting forgotten at the bottom of your purse. That's where fortunes are hiding. And the opportunity isn't going to last forever as more of these coins are discovered and sold. The market shifts. Collectors are getting aggressive. Demand is rising, but supply? It's vanishing. In fact, there's another 1993 penny with an even stranger flaw that's about to go to auction. Rumor has it may break the $1 million mark. Want to hear more about that one? Make sure you're subscribed. Go through your coins. Look for that 1993 Lincoln penny, especially if there's no mint mark. If it looks different, get it appraised. Don't clean it. Don't spend it. Don't give it away. The millionaire version of you might be one decision away. Subscribe for more tips on coins that are quietly making people rich. Because next time, it might just be your pocket change we're talking about. What if I told you that a penny, yes, a plain old copper-colored penny, could be worth nearly $1 million? Go ahead. Check your couch cushions. Look under the car seat, because that dusty little coin hiding in your change jar might just make you a millionaire. Now, before you laugh this off and toss that penny back where it came from, let me ask you this. Would you ignore a lottery ticket just because it looked like every other one? Today, we're diving deep into one of the most overlooked treasures in American pockets, the 1994 no mint mark Lincoln Memorial penny. No shine.
No sparkle.
But it could be worth up to $992,000 on the current collector's market. Yes, you heard that right. And in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you why this humble cent is turning heads, breaking records, and changing lives, especially for people who had no idea what they had until it was nearly too late. So grab a seat. Or better yet, grab a penny. This isn't just about coins. This is about unlocking hidden wealth, 1 cent at a time. Let's travel back to 1994. Bill Clinton is in office. Forrest Gump is in theaters. And somewhere in a U.S. Mint facility, an ordinary-looking penny is being struck. with an extraordinary flaw. Unlike most coins minted in Philadelphia that year, this particular penny lacks a mint mark .NOD. No, it's just missing. Now, you might think, big deal. So it's missing a letter. But to collectors, this isn't just an omission, it's a golden ticket. Or should I say, a copper 1.Y. Because true no mint mark pennies from 1994 are incredibly rare. And in the world of rare coins, rarity equals value. Combine that with perfect condition, flawless luster, full strike, zero wear, and you've got a unicorn in the numismatic world. And here's where it gets exciting. In 2024, a verified specimen of the 1994 no mint mark penny in near mint condition sold privately $4,992,000. Let that sink in. You know that moment in movies where the hero opens an old box and finds the treasure? This is that box. This is that moment. And before you say, well, I probably don't have one, consider this: these coins were accidentally released into circulation, that they're out there. Not in museums, not in vaults, but possibly in your junk drawer. And that's not fear talking. That's opportunity knocking. Let's pause. Have you ever rolled your eyes at someone obsessing over coins? Yeah, me too. I once mocked my uncle for collecting pennies. I told him he was just hoarding pocket change. 2 years later, he sold a single wheat penny for enough to buy a truck. Guess who's been checking every coin since? Back to our story. So what now? Do you run to the nearest pawn shop? Not quite. Here's what you need to do if you suspect you have a 1994 no mint mark penny. Check the coin's date and back. It should say 1994, and it should not have a mint mark under the date. Inspect the condition. Is it scratched, worn, or gleaming like new? A near-perfect condition dramatically increases its value. Weigh the coin. Errors in planchet weight can boost its worth. Have it graded. Use services like PCGS or NGC for authentication and value estimation. Never clean the coin. You could erase thousands of dollars in value with one swipe of a rag. Now, here's the twist. Even pennies not worth $1 million could still fetch hundreds or thousands if they have unique errors or perfect grading. This isn't just about one coin. It's about dozens of rare coins circulating unnoticed in our everyday lives. And here's the scary part. Most people throw them away. They toss fortune into vending machines, into tip jars, into Coinstar bins. But not you. Because you now know the signs. You now know the story. And if you're thinking, what if I miss out? That's the fear that builds fortunes. That's the urgency that keeps collectors up at night. And that's why you can't afford to ignore this. Before we wrap this up, I'll leave you with this. There's another penny, yes, even more valuable than this one. That's even more common than you'd believe, and I'll be revealing it in our next video. Trust me, it's not the one you think, and it might be sitting in your hand right now. If you've ever dreamed of unlocking wealth without buying stocks, flipping real estate, or learning crypto, it might just start with that copper coin in your pocket. Subscribe now. Turn on notifications, because I'm going to show you how to turn pocket change into life change. And remember, you're only one penny away from your first million. Stay curious. Stay coin smart. And don't ever walk past a penny again. What if I told you the secret to nearly $1 million might be sitting inside your old coin jar right now? Not in a bank, not in a stock, but in a copper coin you probably haven't looked at twice. That's right, one ordinary-looking 1995 Lincoln Memorial penny with no mint mark just sold for $995,000. No, this is not a drill. This is not a collector's myth, and no, you don't need to be a numismatics nerd to cash in if you're between the ages of 30 and 65 and you've ever wondered if that jar of coins in your drawer might be worth more than your car. Stay right here, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how 1 cent could turn your life around. Now, before you go flipping over your couch cushions and diving headfirst into your sock drawer, let's get into the incredible story behind this tiny copper powerhouse. The 1995 Lincoln Memorial penny may look ordinary, but it's got a story most people miss. Here's the thing: most 1995 pennies were minted either in Philadelphia or Denver, but the no-mint mark version from Philadelphia holds a shocking secret. There was a rare batch of these coins that were struck with an extremely unusual error, a doubling in the design experts call a double die obverse. Let me translate that into plain language. Imagine looking at the word liberty on the coin and seeing a slight shadow, or the date 1995, looking like it had too much morning coffee, shaky, doubled, Blurry, that minor visual glitch? That's what makes it special. That's what turned a 1-cent coin into a nearly $1 million masterpiece. Narrator. Pattern interrupt, rhetorical crazy. Right, how often does a factory mistake make you rich? Usually it just gets someone fired. Here, it buys you beachfront property. Narrator. Transition to emotional trigger. Now here's where it gets more intense, because most people don't even know what this coin looks like. They spend it. Or worse, throw it away. That's fear number one. What if you already had one and let it go? But here's the exciting part: you might still have it sitting in a dusty tray, hidden in an old coffee can, maybe even nestled between your car seats. Let's talk details. 430 mark. Look at the obverse side. That's the front with Lincoln's profile. Focus on the word liberty and the year 1995. You looking for signs of doubling in the letters and numbers, not scratches, not dents, but a clear doubled image that almost looks like a drop shadow. Now here's where it gets real. Condition matters. Collectors are paying top dollar for coins that are in mint state, meaning uncirculated and in near perfect shape. If you find one in such condition with that doubling effect and no mint mark, you're not looking at lunch money, you're staring down life-changing wealth. Imagine calling your boss tomorrow and saying, "Yeah, I'm not coming. I found a penny that pays better than this job ever will." But wait, before you run off and check your stash, there's one more thing you need to know, because for every real 1995 double die penny there are hundreds of fakes. And if you don't know how to tell them apart, you could lose everything you gain. Let's break that down. Spotting a fake isn't always easy, but real experts look at these key details. Authenticity grading. Your coin needs to be verified by professionals like PCGS or NGC. Condition scale MS65 or higher adds significant value. Provenance. If your coin has a traceable background, the value skyrockets even more. If you suspect you found one, do not try to clean it. Do not list it on eBay for $5. That's like using a winning lottery ticket to wipe your windshield. Instead, get it authenticated. Contact a certified coin dealer and prepare for a serious conversation with your financial advisor. Now, let's bring it home. You're not here because you love pennies. You're here because you believe there's more to life than just scraping by. You believe that wealth can be found in the most unexpected places, and you're right. That dusty old penny could be your passport to freedom, retirement, maybe even legacy wealth for your family, but only if you act. So here's what you do next. Subscribe now for more powerful tips on coins that could change your life. Hit the like button if you learned something valuable, and drop a comment if you've got an old coin you're curious about. You never know, your next message might just be the start of $1 million discovery. And hey, check under your couch cushions. You might be sitting on a fortune, literally. What if I told you there might be a single penny hiding in your kitchen drawer, worth nearly $1 million? Yes, a single 1-cent coin. Not made of gold. Not encrusted with diamonds. Just a regular-looking 1996 Lincoln Memorial penny. With no mint mark. You might have used it to pay for gas, or dropped it in a vending machine. But right now, collectors are willing to pay up to $996,000 for one of these. Sound impossible? It's not. And by the end of this video, you'll know why this little copper coin is so special, how to identify it, and exactly how you could turn one into a massive payday. So hang tight, because this story is going to change how you look at pocket change forever. By the way, don't go digging through your couch cushions just yet. You might miss the key detail that makes this penny rare. And no, rubbing it with a banana won't increase its value. Trust me, I tried. The background, why the 1996 no mint mark penny matters. Let's rewind a bit. The 1996 Lincoln Memorial penny was part of a mass production. Millions were minted. Most had a D for Denver or a P for Philadelphia. But in a handful of cases, something strange happened. A few pennies left the mint without any mint mark at all. Now here's where it gets interesting. Coins without mint marks were typically minted in Philadelphia. But for 1996, no mint mark pennies were not supposed to exist. It wasn't a design choice. It was an accidental anomaly, likely due to a minting die error. And that's what makes them ultra rare. Connection to lifestyle, why you should care. Imagine this. You're 58, retired, or planning to. You're looking for ways to stretch that 401k, make smart money moves, maybe even leave something behind for the grandkids. Now imagine discovering a penny in your old coin jar and realizing it's worth nearly $1 million. That's not just exciting. That's life-altering. Cliffhanger moment. But before you go sprinting to the nearest pawn shop, don't make the mistake most people do. There's a very specific sign that separates the rare 1996 no mint mark from the common ones. Miss it, and you might give away a fortune for $1. Have you ever tossed a penny on the ground and said, "It's just 1 cent"? Yeah. That penny might have been worth more than your car, your house, maybe both. How to identify the valuable 1996 no mint mark penny. Here's what you need to look for. No visible mint mark under the date. On the right side of Lincoln. Sharp strike details, especially Lincoln's jawline and coat. Uncirculated or close to mint condition. Look for pennies with minimal scratches, luster, and original color. Some have double die errors, if the text appears doubled, especially "In God We Trust" or "Liberty." You may be sitting on a jackpot. Get it certified. Don't trust your eyes alone. Contact a reputable grading company like PCGS or NGC. A graded penny in mint state condition can command prices from hundreds of thousands to just shy of $1 million. As we've seen in recent auctions, emotional trigger, fear of missing out. Now imagine someone else finds it first. Maybe your cousin, maybe your neighbor. They sell it. They retire early. They buy that lake house you've dreamed about. You're still flipping through coin jars, hoping. That's the real fear, the fear of regret. Final cliffhanger and emotional payoff, and here's the truth. Coins like this don't stay hidden forever. They resurface, quietly, unexpectedly. And if one of them is in your home, you're holding the key to a completely different life. Not next year. Not someday. Now. So here's what to do next. Check your change. Search your stash. Look in that old coffee can your grandfather kept. Then hit that subscribe button. Because every week, we uncover rare coins like this worth real money. Don't just collect coins. Collect wealth. Don't just scroll. Transform your life. Because sometimes, one penny can change everything. Imagine this. You're digging through an old coffee can in your garage. Dust everywhere. Just coins, right? Nothing special. But then your fingers touch a worn 1997 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. You shrug. It's a penny. 1 cent, but what if I told you that tiny, forgotten coin might be worth $997,000? Yes, nearly $1 million. Enough to pay off your mortgage, buy that dream house, travel the world, or finally quit your 9-to-5 for good. Still think it's just pocket change? Today, we're diving into one of the most surprising and valuable coins still hiding in plain sight, the 1997 no mint mark Lincoln Memorial penny. A coin that, if authentic, could make you a millionaire. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to spot the rare one, and most importantly, how to turn it into real money. But first, check your piggy bank. I'll wait. Still here? Good. Let's go treasure hunting. Let's rewind to 1997. The average American was paying less than $1 for gas. Titanic ruled the box office. And in Philadelphia and Denver, the U.S. Mint was cranking out billions of Lincoln pennies like clockwork. Now here's the twist. While most of these coins were minted in Denver or Philadelphia, clearly marked with a little D or P, a tiny number slipped through the cracks without any mint mark at all. No mark. Just Lincoln, the date, and the plain face of what appears to be a regular penny. But these coins, they're anything but regular. Collectors and appraisers started noticing irregularities. Unique die errors, slight doubling on the letters, off-center strikes, and an extremely rare metallurgical composition anomaly, making them astronomically valuable. So what's the magic formula? It's a combination of no mint mark, pristine condition, rare die strike, and authentic error patterns. One such coin sold in a private auction $4,997,000. Yes. From 1 cent to nearly $1 million. Let that sink in. You know that friend who says, "Penny for your thoughts?" Tell them they better come with a checkbook. So how do you know if the penny in your drawer is the one? Let's break it down. First, check for the absence of a mint mark beneath the date. If there's a D or P, it's common. But no mint mark? You're on the trail. Second, look for errors. Is Lincoln's head off-center? Are letters like "Liberty" or "In God We Trust" slightly doubled? That's a major flag. Third, condition. If it's been through the wash 5 times and looks like it lived under a truck tire, chances are it's not hitting 6 figures. But a well-preserved piece? Jackpot. Still with me? Because the next part might be the difference between keeping a penny and cashing in a fortune. So let's say you've got a 1997 penny with no mint mark. It has one or more of the error patterns, and it's in decent shape. Now what? Don't rush off to your local pawn shop. Most don't have a clue what they're looking at. Instead, here's your Millionaire blueprint. Get it authenticated. Reach out to PCGS or NGC, the top-tier coin grading services. A professional appraisal is the first step to serious valuation. Preserve it. Use gloves when handling. Avoid scratching or cleaning it. That can kill the value faster than dropping it in a vending machine. Get in front of the right buyers. Rare coin dealers, auction houses, online coin forums. The collectors with the cash are not on Craigslist. And here's the most important thing, act now. This market is hot. Collectors are paying top dollar because once these coins enter private collections, they disappear from circulation. Imagine 10 years from now, you're telling your grandkids, I had one of those rare pennies once, worth nearly $1 million. And they ask, what happened? And you say, I spent it on a Snickers bar. Let's not make that your story. You've just learned the secrets to unlocking 6 figures, maybe even 7, from a single coin you could find today, so don't wait. Right after this video, go through your drawers, jars, junk boxes, glove compartments, anywhere coins might hide. And remember, the right penny doesn't just have value. It holds a new lifestyle, a new chapter, maybe even a new legacy. And if you want more hidden treasures, insider tips, and the roadmap to turning pocket change into prosperity, hit that subscribe button, because your wealth might already be in your hands. Imagine this. You're digging through a dusty jar of change that's been sitting on your kitchen counter for years. You pick up a simple brown Lincoln penny. It's from 1998. No mint mark. You almost toss it aside. But what if I told you that tiny coin might be worth up to $998,000? Yes, a single 1998 no mint mark Lincoln Memorial cent, just 1 cent, has sold for close to $1 million. Now hold on. Before you go raiding your change drawer, this isn't just about old coins. This is about hidden wealth. The kind that's right under our noses yet ignored. Most people miss it. They spend these pennies without a second thought. But for a few lucky and informed collectors, those same pennies have bought new homes, luxury cars, even entire retirements. Stay with me, because over the next 10 minutes, you'll learn why one ordinary-looking penny could become the most valuable item you own. And spoiler alert, it's not just about the year. It's about something you'd never expect. Let's rewind a bit. The year is 1998. Gas is $1 a gallon. Titanic is still king of the box office. And the US Mint is churning out billions of Lincoln cents. But in the middle of this massive production, something went wrong. Or something went right, depending on how you look at it. Some 1998 pennies were minted without a mint mark. That means they lack the tiny D or S you usually find under the date. To the untrained eye, they look normal. But these no mint mark pennies were struck with a rare die error, a small flaw that resulted in an extraordinary coin. Now here's where it gets juicy. These rare error coins, especially in pristine condition, graded MS67 or higher, have become grails for collectors. One such coin made headlines when it sold for nearly $1 million at auction. And here's the kicker. It looked almost exactly like the ones tossed into couch cushions every day across America. Most Philadelphia coins had subtle differences. But these had none, and that's extremely rare. Some versions had microscopic misalignments or double dies, invisible to the naked eye but valuable to expert graders. This part is non-negotiable. We're talking untouched, glossy, copper brilliance. Coins that look like they were sealed in a time capsule the moment they left the mint. Still not convinced? Let me ask you something. When was the last time you checked the date and mint mark on a penny before spending it? Probably never, right? Well, every time you don't, you could be handing away your fortune. Pattern interrupt, 6:30 to 6:45. Let's lighten it up for a second. Imagine this, your friend wins the lottery. You ask how. They say, oh, I found a penny and sold it for 998 grand. You'd probably laugh them out of the room. And yet, here we are. Let that thought sink in. Here's the truth most people don't want to admit. There are fortunes lying in junk drawers, tucked inside old wallets, hidden in childhood piggy banks. The rarest, most valuable coins don't always come in fancy cases. Sometimes, they come in the form of forgotten pennies covered in dust. You don't need to be a professional numismatist to profit from this. You need awareness, a little curiosity, and the will to look at what others overlook. Start by checking your own coins. Then go to estate sales, coin shows, garage sales, anywhere someone might be unknowingly parting with a rare find. Because here's your cliffhanger. Some experts believe that even rarer 1998 penny variants have yet to be discovered. And when they are, they could shatter the $1 million mark. Will the next historic coin sale be yours? Or will it be someone who simply took the time to look? If you're serious about turning pocket change into legacy wealth, subscribe now. We break down the hidden gems, the overlooked errors, and the secret strategies that could turn your coin jar into a gold mine. Don't miss the next $1 million penny, because chances are, it's already in your hands. Imagine walking past a penny on the sidewalk. You hesitate. It's just a penny, right? But what if I told you that penny could be worth almost $1 million? Yes, 1 cent 99 cents short of $1. Yet in the world of rare coins, a specific 1999 Lincoln Memorial penny with no mint mark is rocking the market, fetching up to $999,000. That's right, nearly $1 million. Still tempted to ignore that little copper coin next time? Hold that thought, because today, we're diving into the astonishing world of one of the most overlooked yet insanely valuable coins in America. But here's the kicker. This isn't some museum artifact. Could already be hiding in your home, sitting in a forgotten drawer, or jingling around in a change jar. Scared you might have spent it already? Don't worry. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how you can turn a humble penny into a life-changing payday. Stick with me. You're about to learn why the 1999 no-mint mark Lincoln penny could be your golden ticket. And by the way, did you know one guy almost threw his rare penny in a vending machine? We'll come back to that story. But first, let's talk history. The 1999 Lincoln Memorial penny was part of the last wave before the U.S. Mint switched designs to the Lincoln bicentennial coins in 2009. Now, most of these pennies were minted in large numbers with Denver and Philadelphia mint marks. But here's where things get strange. Some 1999 pennies have no mint mark at all. That's rare. And it raises a big question. How did that happen? Most experts agree these coins were accidental releases, struck in Philadelphia but missing the P mint mark due to die errors. Combine that with strong strike clarity, double die features, and flawless copper red tones, and suddenly you have a unicorn of a coin. Pattern interrupt quick quiz. What's rarer, a talking dog or a flawless 1999 no mint mark penny? Honestly, the dog might be easier to find. Anyway, one verified example recently sold at auction for $999,000. Yes, it had near-perfect luster, no signs of circulation wear, and razor-sharp lettering around Lincoln's jacket and the word Liberty. That's what makes collectors go wild. But here's the emotional punch. These aren't just rare. They're disappearing. Every time someone spends one without knowing, it's gone for good. That's millions in wealth slowly draining back into circulation. Let that sink in. So what should you be looking for? No visible mint mark under the date. Strong, sharp strike. Especially around Lincoln's bow tie and face. Copper red hue with minimal wear. Doubling of letters. Especially In God We Trust or Liberty Don't Worry. You don't need a magnifying glass or museum-level tools. A smartphone and a bright light can do wonders. But we're not done yet. In a moment, I'll share a real-life story that proves how easy it is to overlook a fortune. It involves a vending machine, a janitor, and a jaw-dropping twist. Back in 2017, a janitor from Indiana was cleaning out his garage when he found an old jar of coins. He nearly tossed them into a Coinstar machine. But something about 1 penny felt different. It was a 1999 penny. No mint mark. Out of curiosity, he sent it in for grading. Weeks later, he got a call. The coin was valued at $865,000. He paid off his mortgage, took his wife on a Mediterranean cruise, retired at 52. And the best part? He still has 2 more coins waiting for appraisal. Now ask yourself, how many coins like that might be sitting in your home? That old coffee can? The jar on your dresser? The pile of change in your car's cup holder? Time is ticking. The longer you wait, the more chances slip away. The market for rare pennies is hotter than ever, but it won't last forever. Go check your 1999 pennies. Focus on the ones without a mint mark. Compare them to verified listings online. If you suspect you have one, submit it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. And whatever you do, don't spend it. Final pattern interrupt. Remember that vending machine guy? He could have traded $1 million coin, for a Snickers bar. Don't be that guy. Before you go, hit that subscribe button. We're just getting started on uncovering America's hidden coin treasures. In our next episode, we'll reveal another overlooked penny that recently sold for over $1.2 million, and it might be hiding in your pocket change right now. Turn your coins into cash. Turn your pennies into power. And remember, your wealth might be hiding in plain sight.